Plastic bags, we've all used them at some point in our lives for everyday purposes like shopping, garbage, and takeout. Unfortunately, many of these bags end up in landfills, streets, and waterways. But did you know that these same plastic bags can be made into new accessories? One company is collecting and repurposing plastic bags into luxury handbags, giving these items a second life. How? Well, keep watching because that's what we're checking out in this week's episode. How are plastic bags contributing to the climate crisis? How are these luxury handbags made? And how does that process help our environment? To find the answers, we'll talk to the group that's upcycling all of this into this. This is Alex DeBog, and he's on a mission to eradicate New York City's plastic bag waste.
Growing up in New York City all my life, being born and raised here, working in my family's factory, seeing the amount of trash that goes in and out on a daily basis, I just thought that there was a better way, a better solution.
In 2020, Alex founded Anybag, a New York City-based sustainable fashion brand that collects plastic bags and transforms them into hand-woven luxury bags.
The average lifespan of plastic is about 12 minutes before it gets directed to our landfills and ending up in our waterways. Plastic can't really be recycled. Our recycling companies and businesses out there don't want to recycle this plastic because all it does is cause millions of dollars in damages, breakings, and stoppage time within the machinery. We're doing the city a favor and a service by taking this plastic, this durable material, and giving it a better life, a second use, a second purpose.
So how does the single-use plastic bag become a luxury handbag? Let's take a look. To begin the process, Anybag brings plastic bags from local schools and businesses to the warehouse where they are sorted and stacked by density, thickness, and size. The plastics are then heat sealed together to create one long continuous sheet, which is subsequently cut into strips between 1 and 3 inches wide. After that, a hand loom is used to weave together the plastic strips in cotton cord. Once off the loom, it is taken into the factory where it is taped, stitched, and cut. Then the handles and labels are added and the edges are bonded together and ready to be sold. It all began in 2020 when Alex, the second-generation leathersmith, noticed all the plastic waste that built up at his children's park and decided to do something about it.
I wanted them to have the same clean parks I had growing up in New York City, growing up in Brooklyn. And I figured out if we could weave leather, if we could take leather scraps and weave, textile out of that, why can't I do that with plastic? And we started experimenting, trial and error, and about 6 months into it, we created the first Anybag.
So he began collecting single-use plastics from New York City's 5 boroughs from family and friends along with local schools and businesses.
It's a simple solution to one of the world's most pressing problems and one of New York City's most pressing problems. It's not going away anytime soon. The fashion industry really heavily depends on it. The food industry heavily depends on it. It's up to legislature to either come up with a solution or close the tap. But until then, Anybag is on the mission to do that, to offer that service of taking in plastic and reimagining it.
In 2020, New York State banned single-use plastic bags. Before the ban went into place, 23 billion single-use bags were used every year. But Alex says the way the policy was implemented created a surplus of plastic that had to be disposed of.
The plastic ban in New York City was probably one of the best things to happen in New York City. However, I don't agree with the way it was presented because what happened was everybody was left over with all this stock, all this inventory. The cutoff date came and everyone's like, all right, now what do we do? So I started reaching out, cold calling like local bodegas, corner stores, CVS, Home Depot within the area and asking them, what are you going to do with your plastic? And no one really had an idea. So I started going in and collecting it.
Making one bag takes 3.5 to 4 hours. Anybag creates 3 different sizes of luxury bags: a classic bag that uses 95 single-use plastic bags, a mini with 48 plastic bags, and a large weekender made from 152 single-use plastic bags.
So each Anybag is one of a kind, and just like us New Yorkers, we're all cut from a different thread. But every bag basically paints a picture of New York City. Each bag is made up of various plastics, different types of plastics, whether it's a single-use plastic bag, film around your water bottle wrappings, bounty bags, bread bags, pretty much anything that hasn't been soiled or wet.
The company's luxury bags start at $98. But don't worry, each bag comes with a lifetime guarantee, so for rips, tears, or breaks, Anybag will take it back and repair it. And Anybag doesn't just make luxury bags. The company also produces home goods, carpets, placemats, passport holders, and more. So why is this mission important to Anybag? According to the EPA, more than 3 million tons of plastic bags ended up in the US landfills in 2018. It can take each bag 1,000 years to decompose in a landfill, and even when it does, it breaks apart into microplastics that contaminate our soil and water. Meanwhile, the world's ocean is contaminated with an estimated 8 million metric tons of plastic waste every year, impacting our marine ecosystem and wildlife as well as human health. By 2050, it's estimated that there will be more plastic by weight in the ocean than there will be fish. Now that's wild. So clearly, plastic is an important problem to solve. But why aren't single-use plastic bags simply recycled? Because doing so is a challenge. In states like California and New York, recycling these bags costs a lot of money, and they jam up and put extra wear on the processing machines. Over the last year, Anybag has collected over 12,000 pounds of plastic, which Alex says is equivalent to about 588,000 single-use plastic bags. For every handbag sold, Anybag donates a percentage of the proceeds to the City Parks Foundation. Alex has also partnered with elementary schools to teach the importance of plastic waste and sustainability. In the next 5 years, the company hopes to create outposts all around the world to collect and repurpose plastic.
To me, we're kind of busy building a business to go out of business, which is ironic. And I know my job will be complete once we fully eradicate New York City of its plastic waste.
Want to help? Anybag does not take plastics from the general public, but recommends that individuals drop them off at a local school or business for bulk pickup. To find out where to drop off your plastics, Alex says that you can email the company at hello@anybag.com. You can also make a difference by using fewer single-use plastic bags in your own life. When shopping, take your own reusable bag to the store. Say no to extra wrapping and packaging when possible, and bring plastic bags to participating stores for recycling. So what do you think? Have you ever tossed your single-use plastic bag in the garbage? What else can you do with your old plastic bags? And how will you contribute to proper recycling?